people think quantum physics and they assume it's portal like Doctor Strange, where you do some mystical thing with your hands and you see these sparkly lights come up and it opens a big circle, and then you see like this transported other world that you walk through, or you see a Bifrost in front of you, and then you go in the Bifrost and you go into this other world or other land or something like that. No, okay, let's just stop, because I know people like to make fun of quantum physics, and I just never paid attention to it before until I actually started learning about the brain and how all this stuff works. Let me explain exactly what these woo-woo people mean when they're talking quantum physics and leaping portals and quantum leaping and leap jumping and timeline jumping, reality shifting. All of these terms, they're just terms that most people are straight up.
I was going to kill myself. I even put my cat food recipe in my suicide note, but I changed my mind, took suicide off the table, turned my life around, made new friends, started learning 3 languages, bonjour, made a suicide documentary, spilling my guts to the world, started this YouTube channel to help you say goodbye to suicide while drinking out my Chuck E. Cheese cup.
Hey guys, this is Eileen Q from Q's Imaginarium, and I know I haven't made some videos in a while, but that's because I have so much information that I want to share, and I was trying to make sure I did it in an easier way. My course is not up yet because summer's almost over, and I know I said I was going to have it done by summer, so I'm working on getting that up. But the truth is, I figured out that there were a lot of things that I did that I could have done faster, and it would be very in poor faith of me to just put out my course the slow way that I came out of my suicidal thoughts and depression, when I can share with you guys a faster way to do it that can help people come out of their traumatic memories. So this episode is going to be crazy filled packed, because I'm going to get into putting together in this big stew for you quantum physics, neuroscience, manifestation, law of attraction, law of assumption, all in one big pot, and explain to you exactly how it all makes sense, why it's not woo-woo and magical, mystical, crystal stuff at all, and how you can use it to create a brand new life for yourself, how you can use it to get past your traumas, no matter what you've been through, because circumstances do not matter, and today's truth is not the truth of tomorrow. So we're gonna get right into it. Don't forget to hit subscribe, don't forget to hit the like, don't forget to hit the bell button so you can be notified when new videos are coming up, because I have a bunch of stuff coming out. And you're gonna want this because your whole life is about to change. You're watching this video, you're here for a reason. Your whole life is about to be completely different. I'm about to blow your mind. You're gonna sleep on all this information I'm giving you, and you're gonna just lose your mind into this brand new world. So here we go. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I'm just a cute, adorable girl sharing with you how I was able to get out of my depression and my trauma, and how other people could do the same thing. So we have a picture of the brain. This is my lovely drawing. I don't know if you can see. There we go. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and post it up. Basically, you have your frontal lobe, which is up here, and that includes your thinking, your memories, and your behaviors. And then you have your temporal lobe, and that includes your feeling and learning and your hearing. Now, here's what happens. All these red lines, those are all neurons, all these cells, kind of like little spaghettis in your head. So let's just say these are all let's pretend they're all your negative thoughts. Everything that happens to you, maybe you've been fired before, maybe you've been divorced, maybe you've been raped, maybe somebody robbed you, maybe you were abused when you were a kid, maybe you hate your job, maybe you have poor relationships, maybe your love life sucks, maybe your kids hate your guts. I mean, it could just be whatever your bad memories are. So every time something new negative happens, it attaches. But this is what I learned. It attaches to your brain like a muscle. So the more you keep reliving it, the more it's going to get stronger, and it's going to attach deeper into your brain. So maybe instead of just having like a claw in your brain, now it's like making all these big claws, and it's just like really grasping into your brain, okay? So your negative thoughts, you're reliving them, You are telling your friends about your terrible life. You're telling your therapist about your terrible life. You're telling your church about your terrible life. You're telling your boyfriend. You're telling your mom. You're telling your kids. You're telling everybody around you about this terrible thing that has happened to you. You know, oh, I'm so broke, or oh, I'm so sad, or oh, I'm so lonely, or oh, everybody leaves, because that's what I used to say. Everybody leaves, or I can't trust anybody. All guys suck. All this, all that. Whatever the bad memory, thought, idea that has happened in your head that you've experienced, you keep reliving it. It digs deeper, 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 and it roots harder into that part of your brain. Why is that important? Now, your temporal lobe, that's where your feelings are and where you're hearing and you're learning. This is where your actions come from. So if you think about it, when you love somebody, you don't love somebody by like feeling them, touching them, or smelling them, or hearing them, but you're getting it from your thinking, because that controls everything. When you're brain dead, your body can't do anything at all. You know, if you lose your sense of feeling comes from your mind. Your sense of taste, that comes from your mind. Your sense of sight, all of that is from your brain telling your body what to do. Everything is from your brain telling your body what to do. So your brain is the nucleus of your body. So when your brain feels some kind of way and it sets off the mood, and then you basically live off of your experiences, probably trying to avoid certain experiences and such. So we'll get into that later. Now, quantum physics. Let's explain this quantum physics, because people think quantum physics and they assume it's portal like Doctor Strange, where you do some mystical thing with your hands and you see these sparkly lights come up and it opens a big circle, and then you see like this transported other world that you walk through, or you see a Bifrost in front of you, and then you go in the Bifrost and you go into this other world or other land or something like that. No. Okay, let's just stop, because I know people like to make fun of quantum physics, and I just never paid attention to it before until I actually started learning about the brain and how all this stuff works. Let me explain exactly what these woo-woo people mean when they're talking quantum physics and leaping portals and quantum leaping and leap jumping and timeline jumping, reality shifting. All of these terms, they're just terms that most people are straight up ignorant about. There's nothing wrong with being ignorant, except that once you know you're ignorant about something, you should try to learn about it so you're not ignorant about it anymore. Let me explain this whole weird portal jumping stuff. Quantum physics starts with you. You have all these different options in life that you get to have. So let's just say each of these lines that I've made, let's just say they're different life choices, because you get to choose, what you want to do in your life. And just for the sake of explanation, we'll say maybe you choose to be somebody who TV binges all day. You enjoy TV, you like to TV binge, you go to work, come home, TV binge, go to sleep. You wake up, go to work, come home, TV binge, go to sleep. And that's your entire life until you die. Then let's say maybe you are a CIA agent. If you're a CIA agent, your life is going to look completely different than if you're sitting at home binge watching TV all the time. Same thing if you're a celebrity, if you are a world traveler, if you're a homemaker, or if you're somebody who just doesn't want any kids at all in their life, or maybe if you're somebody who enjoys a life of crime. No matter which life you choose, these are all considered realities. So when you hear people saying, change your reality, choose your reality, reality jumping, quantum leaping, portal jumping, all these different things, okay? It's coming down to you choosing which life you want to have for yourself. When you're going through that life is your reality. That's the life that you were living, okay? So portal jumping and reality shifting, all those things. When they're saying change your reality, shift to a different reality, you're gonna hear that a lot. It's just referring to if you were living a life of crime and you decide, I don't want to be a criminal anymore. I think I want to get married and have kids, and I want to be a homemaker now. And now you have shifted reality where this is your new reality. You are no longer a criminal. You are no longer somebody who lives a life of crime. You are now a homemaker. You are now somebody who has kids, you're working, you're taking care of the house, you're taking care of your spouse, whatever the gist is, whatever homemaker is for you, you are now a homemaker. So it doesn't matter at what point you switch. Maybe you're a homemaker and then you decide you want to be a celebrity and now you go work on making yourself famous. It doesn't matter. The point is, these lines are each your reality, okay? And each reality is going to bring you to what they call your end. Your end would be what your life is at the end of your life. So if you're a criminal your entire life, at the end of your life, you're a criminal. Maybe you end up in jail. Maybe you end up in prison. Maybe you're really good and you get away with everything. Maybe you are somebody who doesn't have kids and you feel at the end of your life that you are happy that you had the freedom to do whatever you wanted. You got to travel, you got to stay home and do nothing. You got to have all the fancy stuff you like because you don't have to spend money on kids. It could be anything. And then maybe at the end of your life, you feel lonely and sad and depressed that you didn't have kids. Maybe you feel like you missed out on building a family. Maybe you feel like you were going to be a terrible parent, or maybe you feel like you wanted to be a parent, but you opted not to have kids for whatever reasons. The point is, you went through that reality, and at the end of that reality is the results of that life that you lived. And that goes for any of these. So clearly, any line that you're going through, it doesn't mean you're going to have the same end. Everybody's life isn't going to be the same end depending on which course they choose. They're always going to be different. If you're somebody who chooses to be a celebrity, you may be a very successful celebrity, or you may not have ever made it and you die trying to become a celebrity. So just because you choose that line doesn't mean that everybody's end is the same. So we're going to get more into that later. But again, just for the sake of explanation, quantum physics is you, and all your realities is that linear portion of the life that you are choosing to live, getting you from where you are today to your end. Now, how does manifestation play into all this? Everyone is going to have their reality and get to the end. Manifestation says something's going to happen between here and here. Manifestation also says you get to decide if you want to change it at any point. That's all manifestation is. So manifestation is basically, here you are. Your attention is going to create your thoughts. Your thoughts are going to push you into an emotion. Your emotion is going to control what your body does, how you feel, what you feel like doing, end up doing. And then whatever you actually end up doing, that's what's creating your behavior to take you down whichever reality you're going down. So how does law of attraction play into this? So now law of attraction says your attention, your focus is going to bring you and it together some kind of way. Either you to it to you, or some way you guys come together. So what that would mean is if you want to be a criminal and you're focused on, I want to be a criminal, learning how to become the best criminal, and then you are living this life, this is your reality, being a criminal, and then at the end of your life, you have been a criminal who never got caught or never went to prison because you had all your focus on, let me make sure that I do a great job, that I'm so good, I never get caught, blah, blah, blah. I'm so good, I'm the best, I never get caught, blah, blah. That's the criminal reality that you're living, and that's your end. Same reality where if your focus is you don't want to go to prison and you are terrified that every little crime that you do, you're going to get caught because you suck. So maybe you feel like you suck at crime and you keep thinking, oh, I'm going to get caught, I'm going to get caught, I'm going to get caught. Somewhere in this line, it's expected that you will get caught and you will go to prison or go to jail or something of that nature. That's what law of attraction says. It's saying that because your focus is so worried on this thing, that thing is actually going to happen and that it's expected to happen. Law of assumption is very similar. Law of assumption basically says if you assume it happened, it will just happen, and that's it. If you assume it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And it's very similar to law of attraction because it's putting that focus on your assumption. My assumption is I am the best criminal ever. I'm never going to get caught. So the assumption is you're never going to get caught. So now I'm going to bring all this together. And hopefully this is making sense. And if it doesn't, send me some questions. I really want to make sure that I can do a good job at explaining this stuff to you guys. I know you guys can see my ring light, but it's okay. I'm a noob with making these videos, so bear with me and I'll get better. So you have these negative experiences in life. And these negative experiences, they give you bad memories. So you have these bad memories and you keep thinking about it, and then they start attaching and they start hardening in your brain. and they get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The more that you relive it, the more that it attaches. So this little line here that's going through all of your other brain cells and it's going inside your body with what to do, how to feel, etc. It's hardening the more and more and more you keep reliving it, because it's working like a muscle. The more you work that negative thought, the more it hardens in your actual brain. So what this will do is, once this hardens into fact, your reality is all going to be based off of this fact. So if your fact is, and I don't know why I chose being a criminal. I'm not a criminal, but I don't know why I picked that, but we're just going to go with it. If your thought process is, I'm always going to get caught. I suck at being a criminal. I'm always going to get caught, and I don't want to go to prison, but I'm going to end up going to prison, and I'm terrified about prison. And you keep thinking all these things, and everybody keeps, screwing you over. Life keeps screwing you over, so you're going to screw over life. And since everybody else sucks at life, and everybody else is, robbing you or taking advantage of you or whatever, you're just going to start robbing people, and you're just going to start being a criminal, doing all these criminal activities. So now that little thing has hardened into your brain. When you keep reliving this sad, frustrating thought or memory, it's going to affect your feelings. And when it starts affecting your feelings, it's going to come back around and it's going to affect your behaviors. And your behaviors is going to become your characteristics. And here you are in your life of crime, thinking constantly about your life of crime. And that is your quantum physics, reality, portal, whatever you want to call it. That's where you're in, because that's what you think. I'm going to end up in jail. I'm going to end up in prison. Now that you've hardened this neuron into fact, now the rest of your body is going to fall into line as that is a fact of your life, and that is who you are. And now who you are is going to keep you in that reality that you are in. So you are assuming that everybody's bad and terrible. You're assuming that the only way to get ahead in life is to be a criminal, and you're going to, because your focus is on that, you're going to attract that kind of lifestyle. And because you are in that kind of lifestyle, this is the life that you have chosen, and then you're going to reach your end. And now you have manifested this life of crime that you're living, good, bad, or indifferent. But now you have manifested, you have created. Manifesting is just creating. You have lived out this life. You have manifested this life based on these negative thoughts that you have here in your brain that have hardened into facts. Now, this is how I was able to come out of my suicide. So I had all my negative thoughts. Okay, for example,